But maybe you can talk a little bit, and I don't think we have to get into super detailed level about it, but can you share with us a little bit about the thought that goes into the analytics and the reporting for the platform as it stands today? How new reports are requested or identified. It really anywhere you want to go with that, because I think wherever we hit here, it's going to be at a deeper level than most people are considering. Usually the requests that I see from buyers are they just want CSV files out of a Shopify store or Seller Central if it's Amazon. And I know this will be pertinent to people who have, other, either homegrown shopping carts or those types of systems, or also, these other systems.
I've been there. I've been in that role where you really have to make the decision. What's more important, analytics or some of this other stuff that I want? And I guess if you take one thing away from this part of the discussion, it's really seriously consider when you have that, when you're at that point of making that decision, should I work on this other thing, or commit resources to analytics? Do give that analytics thought some serious thought, because I see a lot of mistakes happen in that area, and I'm sure you do too, Nate, where a lot of these companies, they just don't. These operators, the companies, they don't get analytics, so they consistently put it on the back burner because they're marketing minds, right? They're brilliant marketing minds, and all those creative energies are flowing, and they want to do X, Y, and Z, and not really focus energy on the analytics side. But I talk to hundreds of clients, operators a year, and I can tell you that it does matter. These successful operators are really focused on the analytics side. So the good work that you did with Offer Profit back in the day was pretty telling. I mean, you launched Offer Profit, and a lot of people started to really see you as the go-to platform for analytics. And those clients that you look at, Nate, from way back then, those were very successful marketers, and there's something to that. And I am always fascinated every time I talk to a new person in the space where they do approach it from an analytical perspective. You just know that they're going to be successful. And so, like how we approach analytics at Sticky is probably no different than how a lot of companies approach it. But for me to talk about how we approach it, I think you have to understand that we early on, Brian, when he bought Limelight, he identified the reporting pieces being probably not up to snuff, and you're way privy to the early conversations with Brian, but that says something about a platform that is committed to the analytics. We evolved like a lot of these companies have over the years. We started with descriptive analytics, basically basic reports. We then got into diagnostic analytics, basically analyzing and monitoring data. And some of that was certainly apparent with Offer Profit and that platform. But most recently, Nate, I think the more interesting parts of my role as it applies to analytics is looking at the predictive part of it, the predictive component, and we're actually getting into the prescriptive as well. So it's a heck of a lot of fun having a bunch of data to look at, and that's a big reason why I've been here for 5 years, because there's so much data to look at that you can really analyze that data and build strong predictive models. You can really use these models to help clients succeed, where in the past, you would get asked a question, you can give your opinion, or you can give your opinion from your data set. But now you're speaking from a position of authority, or we are, because we can, not just from our own experiences, but we can talk about the aggregated data, and not just the aggregated data, but what the predictive components of that aggregated data tell us. So there's a level of sophistication in data today that there wasn't when you and I were talking, what was that, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
Just a whole new level. So yeah.
I was just going to say, you guys have a data science team, that's constantly improving and expanding on your reporting and analytics. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications about new videos and interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?